Describe your leadership style. How many times have you attended a job interview and heard this question, been asked this question? So I did some quick math. 70% of job interviews I've been on have asked me some variation of this question. And you know what the answer is that they're looking for, right? Transformational, participative, collaborative, servant. Some places even get fancy, and folks say laissez faire. But before I go any further, I want to tell you a little bit about me. So I've always been a leader. I was a bossy child and a strong minded, high vocabulary adolescent. I take charge, I'm good in a crisis, and I can talk to anyone. I'm also a strange bird, a nonlinear thinker, and much too clever for my own good. I went to theater school. This is not a talk about theater school, but sorry. If that's something you want to talk about, hit me up in messages. I'm happy to connect. And after leaving a university with a degree in theater and a solid understanding of the human condition, I went looking for a job. And thus began the greatest acting role of my life, Business Carrie. She dressed a certain way. She wore her long, curly brown hair in a workplace appropriate coiffure. She wasn't overly showing with piercings or makeup or jewelry, although, she was a little flashy with her footwear. Business Carrie even had a business voice and a business presence. And Business Carrie was miserable. Quite honestly, in real life, Carrie was pretty miserable too. I was miserable because I was forcing myself to conform my approach to work, my style of leading, and my way of representing myself in the world in a way that became completely inauthentic to me. I was mentored to tone down my colorfulness. Where I worked, there were unspoken rules about not standing out due to anything but performance, and only then was it appropriate to stand out because of high performance. Is this sounding familiar to anyone? And so my leadership style, it had to be like my peers. My problem solving needed to follow the models of the Coveys and Heaths and Cotters and Lencioni. And look, I could keep going, but they're all men who have decades on me. Because there's this belief that if you don't lead the way that they prescribe, you are obviously doing it wrong. You could see the other non-traditional leaders like me becoming more beige with each passing day. Their presence, voices, and expertise diminished because they approached things in a new way. This new way threatened the Navy suit's neutral ties with legacy places at the table, and so the new leaders became small and quiet until such time as their conforming was complete, and they too could assume a seat at the table. And it's a shame. It's a shame because these people, my people, they were a new brand of leadership. So in the summer of 2012, I had to take 8 weeks off of work because I was really sick. And during my recovery time, I came to terms with the me that I wanted to be both at home and at work. So I began looking for a fresh opportunity. And it was in a job interview that fall when I finally showed up as my whole self. I dressed in a gray suit with metallic pink pinstripes and a bold lip that matched. I had recently chopped off my hair and it exposed, multiple piercings and a tattoo behind my ear. I was feeling happy and relaxed and ready, really, really ready to be me. And so during my interview, when I was asked to define my style of leadership, I replied, glitter bomb. I am a glitter bomb leader. And here's why. The way that I lead is prismatic. You won't find it in a book. And yeah, there may be bits and pieces of the legacy dudes informing how I do things differently, but my leadership gleams because of my strangeness, my nonlinear thinking, my cleverness, and my understanding of what makes people tick. It just does. I am the antithesis of an organization's imposter syndrome. I look different than you expect an executive to look. And that is excellent. It's the unusual and unexpected leaders that stick with us. just like glitter does as it falls out of cards or rubs off of decorations or makeup. It's the non traditional looking and acting and thinking leaders who challenge how things have always been done, not because we're workplace anarchists, but because we see things with more luminosity than beige. We enhance leadership experiences. We deserve to have space held for us with ready collaborators, or at least people who are just willing to try. We must hold space for the glitter bombs. Otherwise, the workplace is just going to be a lot less sparkly. And I do wonder, after well over a year of being at home because of this global pandemic, how many more glitter bomb leaders will finally be ready to step forward, speak up, and demand the space they so rightly deserve as we imagine brilliant new ways of working and collaborating and leading. By the way, I did get that job. So, I'm a glitter bomb leader. Are you?